Hey guys, I have an exciting word. Let me tell you something. I'm so excited. This is Kiera with Love Through the Fire TV Ministry. And this is for those who are walking in the path right now, which we're actually all in a rhythm nation. I just want to let you guys know. He called us all up to where we should be in the same place where we're about to walk into knowing who our husband and our wife is if you've been walking with God and talking with Him in this journey. I always want to give out my credits because I had to go back to my notes for the beginning of February. I remember the Lord saying Happy New Year at the beginning of February. So that's how much delay the enemy was trying to cause. The enemy wanted us to drown. They were trying to disguise themselves again, and that was revealed tonight from who the original source is. And it's so funny because I was taking notes from Megan Michelle. Her video is called Your Drip is Automatic. Y'all need to go check that out. That's Megan Michelle, Your Drip is Automatic. And that's going to tie into what I'm about to explain to you guys what's going down. And I also want to remind you that if you need to repent, I would do it now. Right prior to this video, I found myself repenting. That is how I found out what was going on, because a counterfeit that I had been trying to cut off continued to call me after after repeatedly telling him, do not call me no more. And that is so dangerous, guys, because a lot of us are swaying back and forth between we don't know who the kingdom spouse is. And I'm going to tell you how important it is for you not to worry about who the person is, because this person is going to fulfill the prophecies of people saying they're showing up at your doorstep. They're calling your phone. Someone important is trying to get a hold of you. All this is about to go down this week. I'm talking about acceleration speed. So listen to what I'm saying right now. This word is fully loaded, but I'm going to try to condense it as little as I can, but I don't even know if I know how, because I'm going to tie in two of my videos. I'm going to also give you keywords that came up during this process. I'm going to tell you what I was doing and how all this went down. So let's start at the beginning. I know y'all can tell I'm excited. First of all, I'm going to tie this first into the video that I got on there. You need to check that out. I got an army fatigue shirt on. I'm sitting down. I got a black hoodie, because what has been concealed is getting uncovered, and that's what that is about. I'm playing Archie's rap song called We Ready. We Ready. You didn't know who we is. We is your husband. We is your wife. Listen, guys, it's about to go down in the next 7 days. In my last video, I was just talking about reverse. And it's so funny because I was in a marriage that the Lord had called me out of. And prophetically, through the Spirit, some of us was fortunate for our anointing to be so strong that people were actually telling us the blueprints along the way. So reverse and turn are the two key words that came out of this whole situation. On the reverse word came back in July of 2020 from a specific person, and then in December of 2020 it came from the actual kingdom spouse. Now, a lot of us wasn't fortunate to maybe even be abstinent. We may have messed up, we may have had some history, we may have just royally killed the whole situation. But God, let me tell you what my God can do. He can turn all those mess ups, those I don't even know how you're going to do this, God, quote, to a 24-hour transformation. And that is what I'm talking about right now. On March the 1st, I heard turn. And trans means to change. So something was changing. Immediately, the Lord showed me a situation with my kingdom spouse. You know for sure who he is, even now, that the counterfeit was shocking, you know? Like, this was a situation for me where the person that I thought was actually going to be my husband, I known him longer than my kingdom spouse. So it kind of threw me off a little bit. And I was like, God, I don't know what to do. But the truth is completely getting revealed because the person that's been troubling you is the counterfeit. Whoa, 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 whoa. Yeah, it's the counterfeit. It's the one that was rejected at this point. Although they rejected you at the beginning, because the wheels are turning quickly. I wrote down the true understanding that the marine spirits were heavy around me. So there's been a lot of spiritual attacks here, spiritual warfare that's been happening, and it was basically like you were in a tank and they were surrounding you. Okay. He revealed also to me the people who had the same spirit backing this spirit up. So that's how come people are losing connection with family members, moms, dads, sister, brother. If they was carrying this marine spirit, which is a water spirit, I want y'all to listen to my last video. It's a Leviathan spirit, which is a sea monster, because this is all connected. They were part of destroying the marriage. There were cousins involved. I remember I heard Megan Michelle talking about that. I verified that too. And on March the 1st, there was cousins involved. They were lying and discrediting you because there was a jealousy spirit also intertwined with that too, with cousins, sisters, siblings, and whatnot. And they were basically trying to take the blessing that the Lord had already given you, which the understanding was you're saving your whole generation. So why would a family member want to take it? I don't know. But this is that rescue. The Lord is delivered. I had another video that was called Signed, Sealed, and Delivered. And it's so funny because one of the last time I had seen my kingdom spouse, he said it's signed and delivered. And I was like, what? Signed and delivered? Let's just say when the winds of change came through, that transition took place. We had a couple of shifts in between then. I'm doing some forecasting right now. You know what? The Lord done gave me some extra confidence. I'm just coming through like that. You hear me? I'm doing what I got to do for the Lord, for the kingdom. This is it. Okay, y'all, let's talk about the book of Amos. The Lord is not having it. You hear me? He is declaring the punishment and judgment of the lands that are going against him. He even mentions in here that in chapter 7 that this is what the sovereign Lord Jehovah showed me. Look, he formed a locust swarm when the late crop was beginning to come up. This was the latter crop after the king's hay had been cut. When the swarm finished eating up the vegetation of the land, I said, "Oh, sovereign Lord Jehovah, please forgive. How can Jacob survive? For he is weak." So Jehovah reconsidered and said, "It will not happen," Jehovah said. So they thought that they was going to just sweep through, the enemy did, because it's happening right now, and be concealed, okay? Because it's perfectly clear who's playing on whose side. Even Megan Michelle, she was exhausted in one of her videos talking about it's like the counterfeit, the ex-boyfriend, the kingdom spouse. Everybody's like connected. She's right. Everyone knows each other. But see, people are playing a part in the thing that have, you know, some people are some key players and some are just watching what's going down. But there's the kingdom spouse that's been having his eye on the person, particularly the wife, the entire time, been monitoring, making sure it was okay, because there was a lot of security coming and there was a lot of issues happening. So, you know, thank you, kingdom spouse. Mwah. I just want to say that. Another word that I want to tie into it is about how there's one praying, and I seen the birds outside. I seen a bunch of blue jays and a bunch of cardinals, and they were all mated. And so there was boy and girl of each kind. And there was like a whole bunch of them all at once. And the Lord gave me a word that even though the other one is not praying like the other one is, you're going to cross over at the same time. So this is what's happening, guys. Y'all both crossed over at the same time. Congratulations. I feel like I need a hand clap right now. in the midst of all this happening, you are in your transformation. Let me tell you about the most beautiful healing that the Lord has given me. I have been going through some habits and things that I have been dealing with, and the Lord let me know that it's something that He is going to have to remove. Guys, He took the desire from me. I even said I don't even want to drink. Okay? So listen to what I'm saying. He is putting a measure of something that is just so miraculously healing that I can't even fathom it. Like, I'm thinking to myself, the only reason why I even thought about it was because I'm used to doing the activity. But I'm gonna tell you something, He uses whomever, and there's no one that can stop it. But I just got to tell y'all about the mighty hand of God. I thank Him so much for the transformation. I thank Him so much for my healing and my deliverance. But that wasn't all that He was delivering, because let's go back to signed, sealed, and delivered. Also, in the book of Amos, it talks about how Cyrus signs an edict. We know about edicts. An edict was signed in Esther. It was basically to stop something, to change something, to declare something across the land, that something has changed. And if it doesn't change, it could very well mean death. So Cyrus declares that the house of the Lord will be rebuilt. It will be rebuilt. And if anyone's got a problem with it, they'll die. So I like Cyrus, you know what I'm saying? Like, I like you. The one thing about him, he didn't really particularly go for the side of God, but he did whatever God said, and that's what happened to Pharaoh, and that's what happened to a lot of kings. They may have not have been on his side, but they did what he said, because he showed his mighty hand like he's doing right now. Let's get to the last video. The last video that I made was about this sudden quick turn. This sudden quick turn. Like, I even mentioned that I was getting a job, which came to pass too. I went and got me a quick job because I was on that detour. There were some things that the Lord had to get rid of with me before I united with my kingdom spouse. So I'm going to tell you guys, I had to get rid of those things, or it wasn't going to happen. But see, the way the Lord is moving right now, in a lot of stories in the Bible, He met us where we were at, and that's what He did for me. I went and got the job. I stayed there, but the one thing I was doing differently was I was listening to the instructions. We're going back to Exodus, where He was telling the Israelites about the manna that was falling. He said that you eat it when it comes down, but don't leave any to the next morning. He was teaching instructions like He's teaching right now. And if you don't listen to the instructions, there's no possible way that you can understand His will and what He's trying to do. And they always complained. That's why you cannot complain when you're asking God for help. He's got this strategic plan that's going to take place, and no matter what enemy tries to overthrow it, He's going to overthrow them. So get ready, because we ready. Next. So let's get down to the nitty gritty. What really happened on this phone call? So on this phone call, I'm not even feeling it, but I already knew to guard my heart and everything. Like, I'm not even trying to get in this. Like, I don't feel the same about this person anymore. Like, I completely understood that I had to disconnect with everything and focus truly on God. And that's another thing that we're not doing. Some of us are not taking our mind off marriage and just focusing on God, which is more better and being in limbo of who is who. Who cares who's your kingdom spouse? Just know that when He comes, it's going to shock everybody. You hear me, baby? It's going to shock everyone. The Lord was blowing His breath on all of this. Proverbs 9:10. The fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom, and the knowledge of the holy is understanding. He's a counselor at this time. Can you imagine having a marriage counselor? That's what's happening right here. He's doing divine intervention while He's connecting you and your kingdom spouse, while He's helping you heal and transform. Just like that. Just like that. I remember I was sitting in a car and the wind started blowing. And I heard the Lord say, what you lost in 10 years, I can give you in a day. He did. Because this is about to come to pass. This is a 24-hour prophecy. Can't no devil stop it. You hear me? All right. today is the 9th, and I actually said, Lord, what's wrong with me? Because, the devil is playing tricks, trying to get me all frazzle dazzle. I said, what's wrong with me? Am I tripping? Like, is the enemy trying to speak and he's blocking you, or what's going on? Like, he said, I'm telling you and I'm loving you. So I was like, okay, and I left that, and it was the fullness of time. His response was acceleration, alignment, reposition, and redirecting. He said, I'm establishing my original plan. What a brilliant man. I love the Father. So listen to this next one. If you did not understand about prophetic release, that was another one. You got to be a good student here. You understand? You got to be a good student. Prophetic release is so important because the word turn came on March the 1st. I knew something was transitioning because he also gave me trans. But it did not come to pass until March the 8th. Unknowingly, I didn't understand, but he's tying everything together because a lot of our prophecies right now is that we're wanting to put pieces. We're prophesying in part, that's cool, but it can also be, the Lord is guiding you on what to say, but there's a bigger picture here. It's nice to leave people hanging, makes them come back for more. But what I like to see is now, since it's considered a prophetic release, I'm releasing the whole prophetic word and giving dates, times, and stuff, and I'm watching it come to pass. No one's got a question, did it come to pass? Because I'm telling you exactly what video to go to. I'm telling you who I'm recommending. I'm credits to the people that's deserved in the video, because you need to know when he's actually giving you the word and when it's actually coming to pass. In the next 24 hours, I guarantee you this is coming to pass. So after the edit was signed, we're going on the signed, sealed, delivered, I'm yours. Yes. So signed, sealed, delivered. So they signed the edit. What's sealed? Well, let me read that to you. I wrote down on February the 10th and 11th, signed, sealed, delivered. The edit was to stop the attack. So if you're in alignment, those attacks are about to cease. The one who is troubling you is being terminated and put to an end. The end. I started playing, we ready, we ready, we ready. And then after that, what's also been delivered is your enemies. So that edit is signed, it's done, along with a special delivery at the same time as your kingdom spouse, kingdom wife. Your kingdom wife, kingdom husband. The books are sealed and the names are in the book of life. The help that you've been waiting for, because that was another word, and I seen that. I actually wrote that down, and it told me to be ready, be dressed. Be dressed and be ready. And I'm like, I don't have my nails done. I don't have anything done. So that's my fault, guys. I look a hot mess. I was going to come on the video, but I'm wearing a hat, okay? Like, I didn't even want to record with no face without a hat. So, in the complete prophecy, the books are sealed and the names are in the book of life. The help that's on the way is the divine helper, which is the kingdom husband, the kingdom wife. The Lord just put out the fire. They had us going through the fire, like in the book of Jeremiah, taking his children through the fire, having us go through tests, loops, punishments, all that stuff. We was getting tortured. You know we was. And there will be chaos again, of course, because it's only bringing things back in a divine order, and it's judgment. So those things don't matter, because while this group over here is going through mass weddings, this group over here is going to have to suffer the punishment of what they put God's children through. Listen up. This is the marriage of the Lamb. God's back to the word, and it's happening right now, and all at once words are coming to pass. Mass weddings, so get ready. The enemy is telling on themselves right now. I went to Revelation because I know that chapter 11 talks about the two witnesses, and this is just going to tie everything in. The two witnesses, I went straight to 11:11, and this is what it said. After the 3.5 days, the Spirit of life from God entered them, and they stood on their feet, and a great fear fell upon those who saw them. And this is after they had they were dead. They were laying dead in the streets. So they've already done took us through all these things. We on the ground. They didn't think we was gonna come back to life. That's how much they had put us through in the spiritual warfare, to where they didn't think we was gonna come back alive. But the breath of God breathed through us. And those 3.5 days, now you can expect that phone call. I don't know when it's gonna happen, but it's ordained by God that He's gonna make sure that that connection is made, because the word that I had released on another video about the job thing, I think I just totally skipped that. It was I felt like really weird at that moment, and I was like trying to explain it, and it was a boom. This is, the bomb drop. The energy's been released. You know, it's a release of energy of hold up. This is it. Like, God ain't playing no more. Like, this is it. This bomb is going to affect. And I think what's her name? Shanika Byers. She did the bomb is being released. And it's about, like, basically, if you are not in alignment with God and do not know God and you are not in the spirit of God, this bomb is going to affect you. So it's going to be basically enemies turning against enemies and people turning against each other. And they're going to be fighting a lot of chaos around us. And we're not going to have to worry about that. So stay tuned. Stay tuned. I'm releasing this tonight, because the Spirit of the Lord, His breath is breathing. And I seen another girl, pain to purpose. See, the Lord, keep them eyes open, them spiritual eyes and them spiritual ears. I don't know. I'm telling you, you got to keep them ready. Keep them ready. I seen what she had wrote down, and it was, she felt a wind on her neck. I knew that was for me, because I mentioned earlier that day, I was like, I felt a wind on my back. Like, I just felt so breezy, like, ooh, and it relaxed my shoulders, and I didn't feel stressed, and I was just trusting in God, because I'm in a situation right now where this is a last minute special. Like, I knew I was going to have to go this way, okay? But the Lord said no. In the video, I mentioned I got a blue shirt on and my hair's, and I was like, oh, I did my hair, I did this and that, and I felt the prompting of the Lord telling me, get your hair done, get yourself together, So yeah, He's about to come through. He's about to see you, because where you thought you were going, He just made a sharp turn. You're about to go another way. And we can thank God for this special moment. Praise the Lord. I'm just so excited. I just hope I didn't miss anything. I really tried to hit all the points. But guys, stay tuned to Jesus is Real, because the Lion and the Lamb is meeting. Ready, set, go.